about what's been happening in the national capital, because the JNU administration has now vowed that strictest possible action would be taken against those students found to be indulging in raising objectionable slogans against the Prime Minister and the Home Minister. Now, the administration is informed that FIR has been registered in this matter, asserting that universities, which are the centers of innovation and new ideas, cannot be permitted to be converted into laboratories of hate. Now, the statement added that any form of violence, unlawful conduct, or any anti-national activity will not be tolerated. It further stated that students involved in this incident will also face disciplinary measures. Now, remember, the university is at the center of the controversy after Modi Shah ki kabr khudegi slogans were raised allegedly by a group of left-leaning students, and the objectionable chants were raised hours after the Supreme Court denied bail to Omar Khalid and Sharjeel Imam, as in the Delhi riots conspiracy. Now, as far as one can agree or disagree with the verdict, including that of the highest court of the country that has now given, as far as bail that has been granted to the other 5 accused, but in 2 of those individuals, as far as Omar Khalid and Sharjeel Imam is concerned, this has now been deemed the contentious issue. But the fallout that issuing murderous calls against the Prime Minister and the Home Minister is clearly not dissent. The opposition, however, has rushed to give cover fire to the supporters of the Tukde Brigade, where right for the Congress leader Udit Raj, such slogans are no big deal. Ye to chalte rehte, and it is part of the JNU tradition. Now, this chalta hai attitude is coming from a Congress leader isn't surprising, as just last Monday, exact same slogan was also raised against the Prime Minister at a Congress rally in Ramleela Maidan, which the Congress party had shifted blame. Now, Congress's ally Samajwadi Party too seems to have been downplaying this incident as an unintentional mistake, कि गलती हो जाती है, as far as in an ex post of Omar Khalid and also of the JNU sloganeering incident, Samajwadi Party leader IP Singh wrote that as student leader, many mistakes happen unintentionally, अनजाने में ऐसी गलतियां हो जाती हैं. But the question is, when you issue calls to dig the graves of the Prime Minister and to cut off the Northeast from the country, is it an unintentional mistake, a mistake that has been made nadani mein, or is it a hateful display of anti-India mindset?
कि जेएनयू को बनाने वाली इंदिरा जी थी और उसी कैंपस में, उसी यूनिवर्सिटी में कभी घुस नहीं पाई, कभी भाषण नहीं दे पाई. अगर मोदी जी कोई संस्था बनाए होते और उस संस्था में प्रवेश न करने दिया जाता तो बुलडोजर चला देते. और जिस तरह से नैरेटिव बनाया जा रहा है कि मोदी जी की और अमित शाह जी की कब्र खुदेगी, अरे कौन सी बड़ी बात है. इससे ज्यादा तीखे नारे हम लोग लगाते थे कैंपस में.
जेएनयू में जो नारे लगे वो निंदनीय है, कोई उसकी हिमायत नहीं कर सकता. मुझे यकीन है कि ये आरएसएस और बीजेपी से जुड़े हुए लोग होंगे, चूंकि इन नारों का फायदा भारतीय जनता पार्टी अपनी राजनीति के लिए उठाती है.
ये नारे अपने आप लगवाते हैं, अपने आप शोर मचवाते हैं. उन्हें 5 साल से जेल में डाला हुआ है. अब अगले 1 साल के लिए फिर उनकी जमानत के ऊपर भी पाबंदी लगा दी.
Now, over this chalta hai attitude, the Union Minister Kiran Rijiju has called the usage of such language against the Prime Minister as sick. Others from the BJP has also condemned the slogans, saying, and this is a reflection of the mindset of those who seek to divide India and spread anarchy within the country.
माननीय सर्वोच्च न्यायालय का अपना विवेक है, और विवेक जो होता है वो एविडेंसेस के आधार पर, उन सब के आधार पर या तो बेल लेते हैं या तो खारिज करते हैं. उनके प्रतिकूल इस प्रकार से नारे और आतंकवादियों के पक्ष में लगाना ये बहुत दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है.
मैं टुकड़े टुकड़े गैंग से कहना चाहता हूं, खालिद और शर्जील के समर्थन में जो लोग बोलेंगे वे देशद्रोही है. ऐसे लोगों पर देशद्रोह का मुकदमा चलना चाहिए.
I condemn this, strongly condemn this. In democracy, we agree to disagree, but no one has a right to incite violence, and particularly towards the personal violence against the Prime Minister and the Home Minister.
Now, as far as the ecosystem here in the case is concerned, in a way that they have been giving this cover fire, especially to those who have been accused of being a part of a larger conspiracy, especially when it comes to the Delhi riots that happened back in 2020. Now, after the bail was denied, one of the other accused who wasn't given bail by the Supreme Court was Sharjeel Imam. He seems to have now issued a statement through his brother, calling the verdict to be unjust. He says that democratic dissent is being equated with terror, adding that he and Omar Khalid were jailed for leading mass protests, and maintained that the truth will ultimately prevail. Well, let's get connected with Bhavtosh on this. Bhavtosh, now this seems to be a certain point of view or a perspective that when it comes to the accused and the cover fire that seems to be given by the opposition wants to build that what happened with them was not fair. However, it clearly undermines when it comes to what the Supreme Court has been saying in its verdict, especially when it comes to these two individuals in particular, that they cannot be put qualitatively on the same ground or on the same footing as far as serious charges against them has been proven on part of the Delhi police, which has been accepted by the Supreme Court.
Amita, two things. One, one can in fact criticize and do a critical analysis of various judgments of the Supreme Court, or for that matter, any court. But here there has been virtually a Twitter storm as soon as the High Court and Supreme Court judgment has come against Omar Khalid as well as against Sharjeel Imam. A statement has been issued on behalf of Sharjeel Imam by his brother on Twitter, and he in fact has said that his protest has been equated with the terrorist act. The Supreme Court order that came out on Monday has said that a protest in which essential services are curtailed, or in fact have been curtailed to an extent that it causes a loss of life, that gets covered under Section 15 of UAPA. Now, this is an interpretation that has been done by a division bench of judges that had given the order on Monday. Now, that in fact has caused a lot of consternation among people who wanted that bail should have been given to Omar Khalid as well as to Sharjeel Imam. Now, the entire case of the Delhi police, as far as the larger conspiracy is concerned, they have said that the protest that took place starting from December 2019 till February 2020 was done in a manner in which planned riots have to take place, and that started from December 2019 and culminated with riots that broke out in Delhi. This is a statement that has been issued by Sharjeel Imam, and it has again led to a war of words.
Well, that seems to be the war of words there, because it is absolutely clear what the Supreme Court has said while refusing to grant bail to Omar Khalid and Sharjeel Imam, agreeing with the Delhi police's argument that the two accused stand on a qualitatively different footing compared to the others in the case who have been granted bail but with strict conditions. Thank you, Bhavtosh, for that update. But as far as when it comes to the cover fire is concerned, the certain ecosystem that continues to lobby and stand in solidarity for the two accused in the case is concerned, let's also talk about how the opposition parties are coming out in full support. Here is Mahua Moitra there, wading into the debate. And as far as when it comes to Omar Khalid is now concerned, she seems to be writing this stanza there in a way of a poetry, where there she seems to be suggesting that one day, Omar Khalid, you may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies, but you may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust I'll rise. She says that you may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, but you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still like air I'll rise. So this, rather when it comes to the statement that she seems to have dedicated to Omar Khalid there, but it seems that multiple leaders, when it comes to this ecosystem or this lobby, seems to not understand when it comes to the different application of threshold or the statutory threshold as far as when it comes to the two accused is now concerned, which the Supreme Court has clearly said that the state of proceedings does not justify the enlargement of bail in these two particular accused.